What's up, G's? Welcome back. New day, new stream. Let's go. I love news. I love news. Let's go, baby. All right, what's happening, beautiful people? Welcome back to the streams. My name is Lorenzo Grado. If you don't know me, well, you gotta know me very soon then. It's gonna be a good day. All right, a lot of news, a lot of potential price action. All right, we broke out of that range. It's always a good sign when we break out of the ranges. Potential bigger opportunities, bigger trade setups than trading within an internal, in an internal range. Okay, let's talk about everything today here. We started a little bit earlier than usual. Okay, we're gonna make sure that we start around 8 at this particular moment. And again, we have a lot more news coming also in 9 minutes already. Okay, so we have, man, 9 minutes, 24 minutes, an hour and a half. Okay. Then around 2 hours from now, we have more news coming. And then later on, the FOMC meeting minutes is a report. But again, all preparation for the big one of the week, the NFP, the non-farm payrolls. All right, Friday. Can't wait for that. Tomorrow, a day off. I think nobody's going to really trade tomorrow. I don't see a point. Nobody really sees a point. I get it. So yeah, tomorrow, a day off here. So let's make this stream worth it. Okay, let's put in the work. Let's stay focused. Let's stay sharp and let's talk about gold particularly. All right, before we start talking about gold particularly, I want to always welcome the fam, right? I always want to welcome the fam. Let's see what we have with us today. Notorious J, thank you for coming early. Joker, you too. Mike, you too, my friend. Candle Slanger, Rafal, my homeboys. Yes, sir, Noah, good to see you. And the Bosha, always here. Thank you, Moshe. Jamie, my man, I received your email, by the way, my friend. I will read through it in a second here. So good luck with your journey. All right, looking forward to it. Looking forward to see what's happening there. Dominic, Abby, Balen, Moaz, my G, yeah, King J. Crazy. Killer Pips. Says W. Tiago. Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan, thank you for the support, my G. As always. Okay. Appreciate you. Nilam Trades, you too. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. All right. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's talk about it, fam. Let's talk about it. Make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You know how it works. Pretty straightforward. Right? Pretty straightforward. Okay? Let's load up the charts here. And let's put on a new tune. Our regular tunes like are just, you know, chill analysis, you know, tune. You know what I mean? All right. Beautiful. Yesterday, we managed to get 20 pips. Wow. Hallelujah. Okay. Let's see if today is gonna be a better day. Okay, we're gonna talk about the range number one. Okay, we have so many things to discuss here. We have our key levels here set already. All right, the early previous weekly very high, the fixed very low, the fixed PVC, the fixed PVC, you name it. Okay, I'm gonna explain exactly why I am looking at these particular price levels and why these levels are potential areas of interest for us to look for trade setups from. All right, so step by step, let's go through gold from the higher time frame. Let's start out on the higher time frame. Let's go a little bit to the lower time frames and see what we have right now. We're currently pulling back. And we have news in like 7 minutes, okay? So let's talk about it. So number one, let's talk about let's just stick with the weekly right here, okay? Let's talk about the weekly time frame. We're heavily compressing, right? We're in that range. We talked about this range already now for a while. We've been here since the 1st of April. All right, we saw that major run, and then we started to consolidate in this top weekly range right here, right? Clear lows at 2284, clear highs at 2420. All right, which is still a big swing, obviously. But do take consideration, if you take this to the daily, that the structure itself is not as clean, right? In regards to these highs and these lows, it's not as clean as it, as we would like to see it. Usually when you create these beautiful expansions, it's a very easy way. At this case right here, we have the top here. We never created a lower low, right? And from this moment onwards, currently where we are now, all right, if you go to the 8-hour time frame or the 4-hour, whatever, you can see right now that you're kind of compressing here, all right? You're creating these highs. You're not breaking the highs. You're creating these lows. You're not breaking the lows. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're practically compressing, and at some point we're gonna see or witness a serious break. Okay, it's probably not gonna happen today, right? It might take some time here. The NFP could be a catalyst of some sort, but again, this also has to do with a lot of fundamental data, and that report is coming out tomorrow for our people in our VIP. We have a full fundamental data report for gold, which explains all the ins and outs from A to Z, everything you need to know about the fundamentals of gold and the updated information, so you can utilize this later on. All right, for us on the streams right now, not as important because we're still operating in this spectrum, in this range right here. All right, but we have a couple of levels, and these levels are very important because we did broke out of this range. And number one, okay, if we take this to the hourly time frame, let's start on the hourly. Let's kick it off on the hourly time frame, okay? And let's utilize our indicator. All right, if you don't have it, get it. It's on our Discord. It's free. It gives you the each individual day, each individual week, and the opening price of the week all at once. So you know exactly what happened at each individual day and each individual week, and you know where we've opened from. All right, and how price responded around the opening price, particularly. Now we're pushing up, okay? We're breaking out of this range right now. We're pushing up. So this range now, this weekly range is now potential range where we only use the volume profile for. Why is that? Because it will give us a couple of key levels. This is one of them, all right? This is what we call the early previous weekly value area high. If you don't know what it is, then go to the book map, the ebook, and click on the link, scroll through it, 74 pages. You will find all the information on what these levels actually mean and why we're using the volume profile for our key levels, all right? And why a lot of people in our community have a lot of success with it and find really amazing setups with it by utilizing it properly, okay? Of course, when combining it with, the structure of the market and all that stuff. So that's one layer, okay? Super important level is the early previous weekly value high. Now, why is it, and this is important to mention, if you go back to the 8-hour time frame, we're pushing up. And every single time when we pushed into these highs here, we got rejected from it, all right? So it's the same moment when we look at the overall structure internally, all right? You can see clearly right now that this is still the majority or the major high that we have to pay very close attention to. And that is the 2370 all the way up to 2387. Why is that? Well, this is by definition internally one of the biggest highs that created that expansion to the downside that actually caused a big break, okay? And created and took out these internal lows right here, okay? When looking at this high, this is the high where we're reaching into right now, all right? This high also had a massive expansion to the downside. We all remember that sell-off. I think it was like a 480 pip move, almost a 500 pip move, okay? And price is now potentially moving down, but we were unable to break any of these lows right here. So price is pushing up. I still want to use this range, okay? If we start pushing back up towards the highs here, then I really want to utilize the levels. And the reason why is because you will see a reaction from it. You will see somewhat of a reaction from it, and we have to write it down. If we are pushing up, then we want to be extremely aware of our key levels, the fixed POC and the fixed value area low. All right, this is what you're going to find, a tunnel, right? We call this the tunnel play. So if you utilize this, you can click, boom, you have your tunnel, and this is going to be a major level of resistance right here, okay? Now, because this is the high where truly the magic happened here, okay? This is the high that really had that massive breakdown here, and we're still operating within it. So this is the low, and this is the high, or sorry, this is the low and this is the high. Unable to break it, unable to break it. This is still the most important high to take consideration. So I still want to utilize this level as well. I know it's far away, but I still want to highlight this just because if price shoots up, then I know at least what to expect here, and it means that you take out these highs to then potentially reach resistance to potentially roll over, right? Overall, I'm leaning still towards a potential rollover later on the week, all right? The NFP potentially, it's still something that I'm willing to look at, and I'm definitely willing to look for shorts, anything up, you know, in that region right here to look for further downside, okay? To come up and come down eventually, at least if we see the signs and we see the confirmations, then I'm willing to look for these type of setups here. The only thing is now, we're not there yet. We're not there yet, and we just have broken out of this range. So that level that we talked about before, the early previous weekly value high, is that level where we could retrace into. And the reason why we could retrace into it is because we have news. We have a bunch of news coming along later on. Right now in 1 minute, we have the first event coming along here. So there is a chance you pull back. And if you pull back, you're gonna reach that first level, and we're gonna see how price responds from this. If we re-break below the lows, so we re-break below the early previous weekly value high, and we're failing to hold above, and we start breaking below it, back into the range. A trade back into the range, okay? A short also back down, back into the range right there if we cannot hold above this particular level at 23.41, all right? So I really want to see either reaction from 23.41. If we hold strong and there is potential, I think it's worth it to trade that move up one more time to get into our first high, right? The high of that higher time frame swing or that range. We wait for reaction there, and always in between, you know, once price reaches in between, we can always go to the lower time frame to see what's happening with structure, what's happening with, you know, the 50-minute to 5-minute time frames to see how price develops. Like, what are the highs created? What are the lows created? Is it a chance that we just reverse down? We're gonna find out on the lower time frame later on. Okay, but in the meantime, a lot of news will help us right now, okay? First news came out, not really anything special, all right? The next news will come in 13 minutes. The biggest news is going to be at 10, I believe at 10 a.m. here, all right? So 10 a.m. is going to be by far the most important news event, all right? It's the ISM non-manufacturing PMI. I always pay very close attention to the outcome of that. It's very important also for gold. Therefore, I'm really curious to see how price responds when this event comes out, okay? So for now, yes, we are facing the resistance. Am I willing to short it up here? Not yet. I really want to see what happens here. If we break below this, then it's a typical consolidation, manipulation, and then a potential expansion further back down as well, okay? So it really comes down towards the reaction of the 2341 to see if there is long potential. And if we fail to break above and we come down, I think we're going to trade back into the range, and we will short it from the early previous weekly value high as well to look for further downside. If you do come up, you know what the next target is, and that's the high that we talked about here on the little bit of higher time frame, which will give us that final squeeze towards this high, which is going to be your first major resistance. If you break this, this is the next one, and I think that's going to be very hard to break. Very hard to break, okay? If you break that though, hey, listen, sky's the limit. You might be reversing. And you're looking for bullish continuation. But that's far away. Not important for now. We have so many things in between that. All right, level by level. At this particular moment, the 2241 is one of these levels that is, you know, absolutely key. Absolutely key. Okay? We're consolidating on the lower time frame. So we're definitely in a no trading range regardless. And, you know, what I think is that we need to expand out of the range to make a conclusion for us to see if price continues to drive or if we start reclaiming the range and start falling back. That's the plan, all right? That's what I'm looking for. So if price continues to go up here, all right, then we can always look at internal structures to see if there is continuation potential from these internal ranges. These are internal trade setups, okay? But the major levels that we're looking for are mentioned. And, you know, I do believe that this is what we're looking for. Okay. I had a long session today with our group, and we talked about structure. why it's so important. And if you're, LTA, and then, a lot of guys were winning LTA, and they're constantly winning setup after setup after setup. And then other guys were losing. And I was trying to figure out, what is their approach? What is their mindset like? Why is why are these guys winning so much? And why are these guys losing? Differences, the understanding of structure, okay? LTA is built up for your entry models, your executions, key levels that are important for you to take into consideration, based up around volume. Volume does not lie, hard to manipulate volume, you name it. However, structure is king, right? Structure is important. And that's the key difference between the winners and the losers. And we talked about counter trend trading, and I say I also counter trend trade. I also say when I counter trend trade, I'm just much tighter with my risk management. That's the difference, okay? So it's not that you can only look for longs or only look for shorts, whatever the case may be, but it's about the counter trend trading and the awareness and a different approach towards the management of your trades. That's it. So let's see how we go from here, man. Was London recorded? Unfortunately, it wasn't recorded. It was kind of an impulsive educational sesh. We're gonna cover it over and over again, though. So don't worry, man. Don't worry, my G. We're gonna cover this over and over again. So yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, last but not least is this chart right here. Okay, there we go. The 10-year yield, okay? And I know this is a little bit for in the future, but I still want you to be aware of it. And that is the compression that the yield is making right now. We're creating that compression for the yield. It just shows us that we're ready for a major breakout, Sam. And if the yield starts to break out, okay, I'm not talking about any directions here. I'm not going to say it's going to go up or it's going to go down. I'm not here to tell you right now exactly what is going to happen, all right? Because I also do not have a magic ball, okay? But what I do know is that once this breaks out, gold will react heavily, okay? And because gold is in a daily range, the moment this starts to go and it starts to break into either direction, gold is gonna react to that. And because gold is in a range as well, on a bigger scale, on the daily time frame, you will see gold reacting, potentially also breaking out of that range, okay? That's the key difference. So 10-year yield, pay very close attention to it. Don't try to guess the direction. Just utilize this for, a breakout potential. And when that happens, gold might do the same. Yeah. Dollar looking weak. All right, dollar coming down. So, dollar is really slowing down right now at the moment. You never know with news here, but the dollar is not having a good time, okay? This is still the low that needs to be broken. That's right here. This is the main low that we want to see getting broken for the dollar. If this breaks, we might be shifting downwards, okay? With a solid body closure below. I hope on the 4-hour at least. And then, looking for, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Continuation for gold here. Potentially, we're now still holding in that support here. So it's still not done yet. Okay, and I have a lot of news coming for the dollar. So we have no idea what the actual outcome of the dollar will be until I think the NFP is behind us. All right, so that's what we're gonna see. Otherwise, do you think resistance is being shown due to the fixed value area high in the range from 24th of March to June 4th? 24th of March? It's a bit far away. Oh, you mean the big range overall? The complete range we're talking about. Aha. Okay. I don't see the correlation there. I don't see the reaction there. I don't think we're there yet. But this reaction, yeah, look at that. This was by far... look how strong we reacted from that high here. And how we started to break below here. That was a 500 pip move. But I'm not really sure what you mean with that exact level you were talking about right now. What we do know is that gold is facing or having a very hard time with breaking up further. So yeah, let price come down a bit, man. Let price get into our levels and see how we respond from that. Okay. That's it, G's. Do you have an idea about the volume delta? What do you want to know about the volume delta? What would you like to know, my friend? What the current volume delta is telling you? Is that your question? Or well, we can look at the 4-hour candle, or the one. Let's look at the 1 hour. If you want to look at the blueprint, you want to look at some delta here. Okay. Low volume. Very low volume. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Very, very, very range. Yeah. Read the daily emails from Lorenzo to get your mental strength. It's going to help a lot. Trust me. It takes you literally 45 seconds to a minute to read my daily emails that I sent to you. Okay. And yeah, I mean, it's up to you, my friend, to decide if it's worth it for you. We're gonna go continue regardless. We're not gonna stop with you know, trying to give you as much value as possible. I never get 1 to 2 R when I start about to break even. But if I stick with my established TP, I can get my 1 to 2 R, but I also increase my losses. What is the best thing you think for me? That's a great question, my friend. It's a great question. Because this is, I think, something that a lot of traders are struggling with, and including myself. And that is that, you know, you never get your 1 to 2 R, you know, when you break even, because you break even, you know, after getting 10 pips. But if you stick with your stop loss and you just let it run, you also encounter more losses. Well, number one, what is the data telling you? That's my question. Do you understand the data? Have you been losing more when just let it run, or have you been losing more or winning more or winning less when you're using, you know, the type management? What I like to look at is the market sentiment. So are we in a range? I'm going to be cautious. Are we counter trend trading? I'm going to be tight. Are we not counter trend trading, but we're trading with the trend? I'm going to be more aggressive. Are we trading outside of a session? So a high volume session? I'm going to be tight. You get where I'm coming from? So it's where you combine all these factors together to determine. It's not a one-way street. If A, then B. No, it is what is the sentiment of the market? What is the direction? And what is the session? What session and what time are you trading now? What time is your setup appearing? What time are you executing your setup? Put these things together and you will know if you should be looking for tight stops or type management, you know, securing yourself quicker than usual, or if you should be letting it run more aggressively. Yesterday was a good example, right? No way we're gonna just see where it takes us and leave our stop in the middle of a range. We executed in the middle of a range, in a sub range. No way. But if we're trending and the higher time frame is giving us the understanding and we're trading with the trend and things are aligning, synchronized, yeah, then obviously I'm looking for longer holds, right? So it depends. But great question. The 2372 is a good level to short from. Yeah, I agree. We have that marked out. We have this marked out. It's the most important high that created a low, but it's far away. It's still far away from where we are currently. Okay. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It is definitely a level I will pay very close attention to. Yeah. So next news is in what? 1 minute? 1 minute to go. Okay, the initial jobless claims. Man, we have a shit ton of news today, huh? The S&P, the ISM. Still coming along. But tomorrow you guys can chill. Tomorrow you guys can backtest or take some time off. Spend some time with the fam, or maybe just have a regular working day. But tomorrow will be a day where I think a lot of guys will take a little break. And I think it makes sense. A day before the NFP and the Independence Day, right? Time to study, right? I agree. Yeah. Does the 10-year yield affect the NASDAQ and the Dow? It can. It definitely can. It definitely can. You have to see it like this. The money is a big bubble. Like the economy is one big massive bubble. In the economy, you have multiple smaller bubbles and bigger bubbles. Right? If money comes out of one bubble, it probably goes into another bubble. It doesn't leave the big bubble overall. The big bubble is still the big bubble, but everything inside can change around. So yeah, if more investors tend to invest in bonds, treasury bonds, to secure themselves, to get somewhat of a fixed yield on their money, on their return, on their investment, then this could have or imply potentially, or this could have a negative effect on the equity market. Do you think if price shoots up, it might be a manipulation move and induce more buyers in the market? Well, I think there is just a big chance that if we shoot up like we're doing now, we're going to test the highs. And in these highs, because we're in these highs, we can decide from there if it's worth it to take a counter trade, right? On the bigger picture though, we're still creating these lower lows and lower highs, okay? In this case, internally, right? So there is still definitely a chance that we might be, facing some resistance here. If we break above it, then this is by far the strongest level to take in consideration. But I think by default, it's gonna be already hard to break this high. We're gonna find out, okay? But the best trading opportunities tend to occur around the swing points, okay? The swing points in general. We have seen it over and over again, and especially in a range, in a bigger range overall. These swing points are usually where you're gonna find the best trading opportunity. So if we get into somewhat of a swing point right now, which is this one, then of course it's worth it. It's worth to see how we can respond and react from it and find a proper entry model to look for a setup. That's it. The bigger picture is still showing us that this high, right, and this high are the most important highs and the most respected in general. Especially this one. This was a major move. This was the NFP day. Okay, this was probably the biggest move of the day here. I think this was an 800 pip move. And the NFP, the next NFP is gonna be Friday. So think about this. Price is shooting up now and the NFP is Friday. Big moves around Friday? Maybe. Most likely. We'll see. Hey Lorenzo, I have a long EM1 from the early Pizuki very high from the 15-minute time frame. I close 70%. Should I close all or just trying to keep it running? Stop loss or break even? Early Pizuki from the 15-minute time frame. If you close 70% already, right, then I think nothing is stopping us from getting now towards the up here, towards this move to the upside. You know, you might be able to look and see what you can do, what happens around this level. What happens here, and then based upon that, make your decision for your remaining 30%. But keep your stop loss on break even or trail your stop even further. I don't see a reason why not at this particular moment. Overall, yeah, I think it's pretty solid overall, right? Misha says 2362 is the next level. I think you're referring to this zone. Yeah, we'll see how we react. First, I want to see how we respond here. We have the highs, but you know, if you start breaking above the POC here, then yeah, we might even be heading towards the 2372. And just literally take out the highs. We'll see. Lorenzo, I'm still struggling with the fixed levels. I guess I draw them wrong. Did you watch the video by any chance? Were you able to do so? We kind of explained the whole thing. Okay, in that case, a lot of work. Right, take some time off, do your testing, and then play around with it. Right, back test it, and work with your levels and see how you react. Dollar slaking down. Lorenzo, what do you do if price does not reach those levels? What's plan B? I'm gonna FOMO. I'm just gonna FOMO. Fuck it. That's it. We're pushing up hard though, man. What is your plan? Go back to the beginning of the stream. I think I've done a 20-minute or 50-minute analysis. Full breakdown for you, my friend. Right at the beginning. Yeah, wow. Price comes fast, right? It goes. And the next news is in 1 hour from now. We did have the initial jobless claims. Supposedly not really good for the dollar, right? The dollar is starting to come down. So we're starting to really break. We're getting towards that major low for the dollar. Why is this the major low? This is still the low that created this highest point. We're really forming that, you know, head and shoulder. It's really looking bad for the dollar now at the moment. So, you know, take this also. Be very, very patient. See how price develops. CLOP says tomorrow is the bank holiday. I think it's going to trigger 2372 today. NFP is going to drag down to 2300. Yeah, funny. I was thinking about something similar. Yeah, but I just don't want to ignore the levels that are in between. You know, I don't want to just say we're just going to get there and then no, I want to evaluate what happens around here, so I kind of can get an understanding of okay, serious move. But the 2272, yeah, it's possible. I mean, get price as high as possible before the NFP. It's gonna be a messed up day again, a messy day, potentially. With so many news events and all these things aligning here. There we go. All right, we tapped into the first level here. Okay. The fix very low, sitting right there. Can you see that? It's this highlighted zone right here. Let's make it perfect. It's right there. Okay. 2355 on FXCM. Okay. It is at, I think, the same level, to be honest, at the 1 chart. Let me confirm this. But that's the exact level where we are currently tapping into. So that is not really a surprise. All right, first level is hit. Just let's see how price reacts. As Gavin would say, the magic touch. The magic touch, my friend. The magic touch. Hidden levels. Hidden price levels. Yeah, there we go. So what do you want to see? Again, a lot more patience. Don't rush into shorts now. Thinking that we have catch the top here. That's not what we're gonna do. We just use this as you know, accumulation of information. That's it. Accumulation of information. See how price responds into level. Keep in mind, this is a banger of a 4-hour candle. But the reaction is no surprise usually, right? We expect price to react from these zones here. Okay, so if you zoom out and you just look at the structure itself, we're now just testing the highs. Okay, Same thing as we've done before. Told you yesterday, if it breaks at 22.36, it's going to be a bullish run. Yeah, if it breaks the highs, for sure. Yeah, we talked about this. We knew this already, right? If you start breaking out of this range, then for sure. Yeah. We're going to go up. We're going to go and test the highs here. And this is where we are right now. Bro, it's funny, but if you put a limit order on every one of our key levels, we can always secure some pips, even a tiny portion of it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. However, yeah, anyways. You're right. You are right. This is exactly what I've been testing. But it doesn't work every day. So it doesn't work in a... I've seen it does not really work in a range as well. It has to be in these type of highs and lows, like we talked about before. Yeah, man. These levels don't lie, right? These levels do not lie. But in order for us to get into our, into proper entries, we need to find or establish at least somewhat of a good entry model here. Homeland says yes, but we got no stop loss or RR. Exactly. So if you do that, then your stop loss where indeed. Well, your stop loss you can put it above the highs. Actually, you could do it this way, but no, you have to use a fixed lot size, man. If you want to do that, you have to use a fixed lot size. I don't see any way around that. If you wanna take these limit orders. So the question is, how do you find these levels, right? How do you use it? We have our tool. We call it the fixed range volume profiles. We just understand volume. And volume not in terms of time volume, right? Massive moves. No, I'm talking about orders executed. The amount of orders executed. And then particularly the amount of orders executed at specific price levels. And that gives you these indications of levels that you would not really properly see if you would look for them manually. It'll be much harder to find. You can find them drawing horizontal support and resistance levels. You can, because price should be able to respond from it. But it's not as precise as if you just use volume profiles levels, because you're going to get the same levels, but with more certainty, without less guesswork. Okay? So any horizontal support and resistance trader, I would always recommend them to use the volume profile to confirm their levels with. Where can I find LTA videos? Didn't find them in Discord. You have them in Discord. You have them in Discord. Yeah. Yeah, so first layer is fantastic. First reaction is great. Now wait for price to push up. I think we're gonna make a run again. I don't think this is the low. And we're just gonna reverse. I doubt it. You know, it's always the aftermath, and even the understanding of the 4-hour candle, right? The 4-hour candle closed in 10 minutes. That means that the new 4-hour candle will open up. And, you know, what we're then looking for is that the next 4-hour sets in the top wick. If the next 4-hour candle opens up and you continue down, we're gonna might set up in the bottom wick. So we're gonna see how this 4-hour candle opens up. But I'm happy with this reaction so far. What happens in Discord says Discord, you know what? You know the thing is about Discord? It's just like everything on YouTube as well. I like when things are live. I like live streaming. I like things that are on the go. You know? Not really like, in this video, I'm gonna teach you the 5 steps to generate at least $10,000 a month in the next 5 weeks. Not that type of stuff. I'm more, you know, a live stream guy. I'm more of a, whoop, on the spot, let's go. Daksha Jan spams TTE. I shout out to TTE. I don't know why you're spamming it though, like that. But anyways, I don't think that he would even be happy with that. My man. Because that's not like a good representation. But anyways. Yeah, shout out to him. Still holding up. Still holding up. So, you know, first reaction, fantastic. Lorenzo, what else do you do without trading? Boxing and looking at watches. Looking at new watches. That's it. Pretty straightforward life, man, at the moment. Pretty, you know, pretty in monk mode. Grind mode, you could better say. Yeah. Lower time from already breaking down. That's massive. If you start breaking below the early PSUQ very high, man, we're gonna fall hard. Or there's big chance we're gonna just continue to drop aggressively. Because you manipulate, you consolidate, you manipulate, and you break down, then it's bye-bye. If you come up and the 30-minute shows an enter model, then yeah, clean. You can always invert the skill if that helps. Sometimes it helps to get a little bit of a better insight in what you're looking for. I got this, actually somebody in our community, you know, talked about this, and I was like, man, that makes so much sense. it literally resets your brain, right? Completely resets everything that you're doing by just literally flipping the chart. So you're not as biased as you thought you were initially, and you can see if it makes sense or not, right? And in this case, I remain with the same bias. But anyways, try it out for yourself. Try it out for yourself. See what it does and how it affects you. So you do your full analysis, you do everything, you have everything set in stone, and then you invert your chart. And you would literally look at the same chart, but invert it and say, hey, I am still confident about that same setup. It sounds weird, but it's definitely something that you could pay attention to. If Uncle Jerome in the building. Patrick says I do this every day. Yeah, try it out, man. For the people that haven't, I would recommend to test it out. Very interesting how it resets your brain. Yeah, make sure you to flip the chart back though. Yeah, I agree. Make sure that when you invert it, that you flip it back. Okay? Don't forget that. Yeah. Oh, this is cool, man. On the lower time frame, we have been consolidating, tapping to our key level. And if you just continue to drive down, then there are many layers where you could come up. But internally, of course, there is still a chance that we bounce from here and we set in that top once again. So the 4 hour candle is what I'm waiting for. 4 hour closure. But again, that reaction is pretty nuts, right? It's a really hard level to spot. And yeah, even I, like, wow, I'm kind of impressed how aggressively we moved up and now how strong that rejection was. Yeah, so even for me as well, like I didn't expect that big of a move from that level. But that's what I mean, man. Don't trust my expectations. It's literally all about your levels. It's a quality of trades, not just trading. Yeah, I agree. That's a serious rejection, though. Everyone wants to be a trader these days. What's your idea on that, fam? Well, life is not getting easier. Reality is not getting easier. Inflation is not going down. At least not in the real world. Maybe on paper. But not in reality. So people are looking for solutions. And I completely get that and respect that. I completely respect that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, if you bounce, and this is the moment where we could bounce from. We're talking about a swing value area high. Okay. As we're pushing up this aggressively, we have this lower time frame swing value high. How does it work? We take it from the low to the high. And you again have the PVC here. You have the value area high here. And that's exactly where we're reacting from. Okay? The lower time frame swing value high. So when talking about a quick scalp, this might be the one. Let's see how these 4 hour opens up. It's a 4 hour candle as well. So. Why do you use volume as a foundation? Because it does what it has to do. It shows us the levels to work with. It does its job. Okay. On the bigger picture, of course, we have seen now that rejection here. We have this new 4 hour candle. The way this 4 hour candle is opening up, this is the main high we're focusing on. We're now kind of looking for that rejection there. This is the new 4 hour candle that just opened. You know, this could easily still flip. And give us a second push. Same for the hourly. Same for the hourly. Bitcoin is killing my profits. Bitcoin is coming down? Yes, Bitcoin is coming down indeed, my man. You're right. Bitcoin is indeed dropping, so... So we're at scalping levels. We're holding up very well. This 4 hour looking strong. It's developed this bottom wick. It's still looking quite good here, fam. It's still looking quite good here. We have the swing where we're trending up on the lower time frame here. We have this swing. We got rejected there, so that will be our initial target, of course. We got rejected from that level. The 4 hour is developing. We have this low, we have this high. I think if you re-break this high, I'm going to put my stop below and I'm going to target the highs again. Something like that. If we start re-breaking the highs, depending how low we go now, unless we close below, of course. So our main levels are there and there. Okay, we have now our internal levels. We are trending up. So internal trades are potentially something that we can take. You guys are being fooled by these gurus? I'm not a guru, but you know, that sounds a bit too spiritual. But who knows, man? Maybe in the future. I feel I'm not there yet. I feel I have a lot more to prove. Okay, we close below it. $400 trades is not enough. Our target is 1,000. Otherwise, do you know somebody who is called Callisto? Yeah. The guy with the hat, right? Correct? I just recovered my previous monthly loss this month. Feeling confident now. Nice, that's quick. That's a fast recovery. Mula says, isn't this a perfect EM3? Yeah, I think so. If we start breaking below this, yeah. Just want to look at the internal reaction. Yo, fair play to the Netherlands yesterday, 3-0. Would love to see them play England in the semi-finals. Yeah, man, was a good... I'm not really a guy that watches football a lot, but, you know, of course, the Nationals is something that everyone wants to watch. It brings back some culture. I love culture. So, yeah, no. It was a good match, man. We came back strong. All right, so far we're holding above this range, this fixed range. Oops. I think there's a big chance we're gonna push up. But let's see. There we go, the 4-hour flip. That's what I was waiting for. We close this one in 7 seconds. So if we close this one like this, I'm gonna enter right away, fam. Yeah, we closed it. Wait for the bottom wick and then a break. And then I'll re-enter the setup. I'll re-enter this setup here. I'm gonna take it back to the highs. I'm gonna put my stops below the lows and I'm taking it back towards the highs. All right, I'm gonna enter now. Okay, I entered a buy here. I'm gonna take it back towards the highs. And the stops will be below this, below the lows here. I'm gonna target the highs here. Stop there, target the highs, retest of that level. Yeah, dollar's pushing down. Yield's pushing down. We came into the fix very high. We broke the structure internally on the 5-minute. And I want to see the retest of that same level. Yeah, dollar is bearish, dollar is weak. I really wanted to focus on the dollar as well indeed. Almost there though, but that should be enough for us to push up. If you re-break the highs, you want to see a follow through. You want to see immediate follow through. Okay, stop some break even here. I'm not happy with follow through. I wanted to see more follow through. Tight risk management, right? Quick scalp in this range. Simple. We're almost at our key levels for the bigger setups. No follow through. Okay, I'm out. You might think it's crazy, but it's 15 pips. Not happy with follow through here. Especially on the lower time frame. Yeah, this is just a quick scalp, fam. Expect some more, some bigger. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if you get the confirmation, of course. But I want to see really price stepping into that same fixed value low level one more time, and show us a proper rejection. A proper rejection. How much was it? I mean, I think it was 1%. Because we risk 5% now. So that's 1%. Do you know if the Owana brothers are same for the Netherlands as you? Yes, I know them. At least I came across them lately. I love guys that are killing it in life, so yes, obviously. You know, I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, we have a very hard time breaking through here. A very, very hard time. We might still go there. We might still go towards the at least the highs here, but we have the New York Stock Exchange open in 10 minutes. But man, again, these same levels, man. We have to really start thinking about. We're start thinking about these levels because these levels are nuts. One of the most important things I've learned from these streams is tight risk management and letting go of trades that aren't precisely playing out like a one. I agree. Sometimes we hold it long, we let it run all the way till the stop loss even. We don't care. We just want to see the whole trade play out. Yes or not. And sometimes we're, you know, we're very tight. Yeah. Even if this comes down momentarily, it will come up later on. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Why did you get out so early? So we entered before the 50-minute resistance here. And it has a very hard time breaking above here. Let's say it had that follow through like we wanted. Fantastic. You had that immediate push up further. Super happy. But we clearly were trading in that resistance, into that resistance right here. So I still give it time to develop. And if it doesn't show me that there is continuation, there is momentum, I get out. I make my money. I get my 1% out. Done. I'm happy. Fine. And I wait for the next trade. Right? This would have been a headache in the short term. So if you decide to hold it, then hold it. And it might play out. But, you know, I go out for a reason. Right? I go out for a reason. And if I find a way to enter and capitalize quickly, then I take it. XRP says I was up 50% of my account, Lorenzo, on your last 5-minute bullish candle call. I ended up closing at 25%, same time as you. I made money. I am happy. It's very aggressive on that. 2. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so this was just a quick, for me personally, this was just a quick setup. That's all it was. Obviously, the bigger skill is we're not neglecting the bigger picture here at all. I'm really looking into this high. I really want to see what happens into these particular levels. The first reaction into our key level was pretty strong. So anything is possible here. Even a break below the range, a breakdown, a follow through, and a you know, continuation break could direct us into a re-break and a continuation down from that initial rejection on the higher time frame. So yeah, let's see how we respond there, man. Let's see how we respond in this high. We are at the most important levels. Mula says, what happened with your account? I have multiple accounts too. Yeah, so we're trading on a separated account now because people in the chat wanted to see this. They wanted to do like $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. I said that's a little bit too low. So let's start with $10,000. And let's get some money out of our other account to work and put it in this one. Kind of more relatable as well. We did a poll and we said, how much money are you trading with? I think it's like 95% or 90% traded with less than, I don't know the statistics anymore. Gavin, please enlighten me. What were the stats again? I would love to know that also. This 10K is a funded account, funded by LTA Concepts, yeah. So we have more news coming in like, what, 30 minutes, 15 minutes? That's one layer. So, you know, the bigger moves, I expect it to happen later on. We already saw, of course, a significant move to the upside, but we're having a hard time here. We're having a hard time here. And on the 4 hour, we have this swing that we're focusing on. Currently, we're getting rejected from it. So that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see that rejection from this level. And it's up to us now to decide to see if it's possible for price to get into it. And to either break the lows, which is an entry model 3, and which could result in a much bigger trade. Or if price decides to continue higher towards the POC, which is at 23.59, which is our next level. And if you're really bullish, you know, then I think there is a chance that we would still come back up towards the 23.72, which then actually takes out the previous highs and focuses on this high, because this had that major expansion from the previous NFP. So the timing could have been better. Guys, okay, take a look at the EUR USD. We can check it out in a second. Let's wait for the New York Stock Exchange to open up here. The range of 15 pips or 15 pips. And your stop loss was not that big. Yeah. Yeah, it was decent. I mean, it's not big, but yeah, whatever, man. Guys, what are you looking for? I'm looking for, you know, to see just how price develops around this level, the 2256, or if price comes back down to the early previous week very high. If you really start breaking below here, I think we could just look for massive continuation into the range. You're gonna see something like this. You see this a lot, where you just come into the highs, you get rejected, you face difficulties, you start rolling over, and you fall back into the range. So let's keep a close eye on it. Well, arrangement, how big does the lower time frame swing? Has to be before you begin setting up a volume profile and potentially looking for an EM2. It just has to do with the structure, right? So if you break out and you pull back, then that's your high and that's your low, right? This is your high and this is your low. This is your low and this is your high. This is your low and this is your high. All the internal highs and lows you can utilize. And if it's one big range, one big swing, right? And you're looking at a bigger retracement, you just take it from the low towards the latest high, or the other way around. So yeah, it has a very hard time, fam. You see that? Breaking that resistance would have been in drawdown now if you didn't close it in profits. Can it still flip? It could. It could definitely still flip. But, you know, do we want that headache? I don't think so. At least not in these internal ranges. Maria Diaz says, Lorenzo, thank you so much for the knowledge you provide for the LTA team. I've learned so much this past month. Amazing. Amazing, Maria. Anyways, I was looking at the spreadsheet, I realized there's no objective measure of P&L because the value of pips changes with lot size. Do you consider adding RR or gain? Yeah, so the reason why is because we increased our risk after 50 trades, so it was purely data driven. Now we're kind of utilizing a fixed more of a fixed risk, right? So it's we're no longer going to increase the risk, we're going to stick with this. So it will be much more reliable. Yeah. Simon says you can sell and target the daily high. The daily low, you mean? But it's risky and kind of random, but it can be a good daily top retracement. Yeah, depends on your risk. Where's your stop loss going to be? You know, above the highs maybe. But yeah, I don't think we're there yet. I think we're still holding up. We're ranging on the lower time frame. We're gonna see a reaction soon, man. We're gonna expand soon. We're gonna find out. So are you just trading gold and that's it? No. No, man. No, this is you know, this is just for the streams. I love to trade multiple assets. Some guys like to focus on one thing. I like to focus on more on multiple different layers. I like to just get familiar with multiple assets. Instruments. This is just my thing. I'm just also very curious, right, to how other instruments move. When A goes down, B goes up, and when B goes up, C goes down. I'm always trying to connect the dots. So for me personally, I really like to trade more, and yeah, not just be focused on one instrument only. But on stream, yes, on stream we just trade gold. You know, it's also for educational purposes. It's easier to just focus on it. It's much more for educational purposes, to be honest. And I hope you guys are learning at least something. So it's worth my time, it's worth your time. And we're building an awesome community. So it's worth my time for sure. We're really enjoying it. That's how we trade London as well. Why are we barcoding? Damn. Yeah, we're waiting for something, bro. And I think it's the news. It's the news. And the news is coming. The news is coming. So, yeah, man. At some point, I really want to see price pushing. I really want to see price pushing further. If it rolls over like this, then, you know, kind of interesting. But I really want to see price pushing further. A little bit further up. Yeah. What is your favorite watch? The Royal Oak, AP, Royal Oak. One of my classics. It's not as popular anymore as it was before. I like it though. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. What about you guys? You guys are into watches or not at all? You guys are like, mwah. Wah, it's not for me. Could be. I love watches. I love these type of watches as well. This is one of my favorite watches. It's a G-Shock as well, right? We always wear the Royal Oak or the G-Shock, and the G-Shock is perfect for boxing because it measures everything. It does everything. It never breaks. You can take it in, you can go into the ocean here in Bali. You can go into the ocean, no problem. It's bulletproof. We have news, fam. In what, like 6 minutes, 7 minutes? I think the most important news what I'm waiting for is the PMI. Okay, the ISM on manufacturing. I got an Omega Seamaster Diver Black. Nice. Not bad, G. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Have you ever traded ICT or SMC? I've traded SMC before, yeah. I would not say it's the same as ICT. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. But I just always came back to the profiles, man. I just love the VARN profile. I love to work with it. It just, I don't know, it's just my thing. It's just what I like. I like it. It works for me. And that's why I'm using it. So, yeah. And now we have been, you know, releasing the free ebook. I've seen guys in our community and it works for them as well. So it's just that extra confirmation that I actually needed. It's that feedback from you guys. All right. I mean, I didn't need it, but it was just beautiful to see. You're actually doing fine without you, Lorenzo? Yeah, now it's easy to say, but you know, once you're in resistance here and you're looking at this pullback and you're almost at your stop, it could have easily turn around too. Okay, so I think we managed it perfect. I think we managed it pretty well. Even though I said I want price to push up again, I want price to get into this level. There are also always some OG holders regardless. But no, I think it was good. Guys, don't go for shorts now, wait for the news. Oh, we're definitely gonna wait for the news now. Yeah, we're definitely gonna wait for the news. Yeah, we had a whole session about it today in London. Know when to be more tight with your management. Don't be too greedy. Take out your money, accept it, get your 1%, whatever you risk, right? Get your 1% in this case, and just take your 1%. Done. Right? That's one layer. If you know, price shows you that you can be super aggressive and you can hold longer and you have a nice stop at a really good solid place, then hold your trade aggressively and see where it takes you. That's a big push though before the news. That's a really big push before the news. 1 minute before the news. I have one more question. Can you explain why these key levels are marked on your chart? And why they're strong? Yeah, check out the ebook. Get your free ebook, my man. And it's all in there. I put my soul into this one for you. Alright? Absolute soul into this one. And our whole team did. Lorenzo, what site do you use to read the summary and get the important levels? The summary is... What do you mean with summary, my friend? I think TradingView. Is that what you mean? I think TradingView. I don't know. Alright, we're shooting through. We have news in 1 minute, fam. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go. There's a serious break above. We're only talking about a 50-minute closure, by the way, so... You know, that's why this news event on the 1 hour is more important also. The alignment with the non-manufacturing PMI and then the hourly closure is gonna be super important. But we're holding up strong, man. We're holding up strong. John Sparks says whether it's an AI, an algorithm, or institutional pro traders, the volume reveals the truth. I love that, bro. I love that. I love that. The way you say it, you explain it. I love that. I love that analogy. Yeah, the dollar is breaking below, fam. Dollar is breaking below. So, hey, like we talked about before, this might be the low, okay? The next low to look for the dollar. If that's the case, then you know, gold is just gonna rip. But let's see how we respond to it. Lorenzo, show my comments from the beginning. I told everyone to enter at 23.49. The 23.49 was the fixed very high of that range. 22.48. 22.48. Yeah. 22.48. So what happened here was that consolidation here, that expansion, then that retracement, and then that continuation. That's the confirmation that we've just seen by re-breaking the highs, let's say. So you know, we're still looking and holding up really well. But again, we're in the highs, fam. We're in the highs. We're gonna find some serious resistance here. Right into the highs, same as before. Yeah, shout out to Nightbot. Shout out to the Nightbot. Always giving you the best advice. This guy's really stoic. This guy's really stoic. The dollar is getting destroyed. Yeah, dollar is getting destroyed right now. It's gonna be so interesting, man. The NFP is gonna be so interesting, especially because of this move now. Because we could have easily been ranging before, during the NFP here. We could have been ranging practically until the NFP, and then make a big move up or down, then up. But this is much more fun. This is much more enjoyable. Les, are you looking for shorts now? No confirmation for shorts anymore. Alright, especially not now at this particular moment. So let the news do its thing here, and see how we react around these highs. Okay. If you, let's say, reclaim the lows, so you start falling back into this range again, and you have a hard time around here, and we get an entry model here, then I might look for further continuation down. Yeah. Yeah. But so far, dollar is getting annihilated. Titanic behavior. Gold, you know, it's holding up. Yeah. Next up, dollar index is 104.5 unless news is super bullish. Yeah, exactly. 104.5. Yeah, 104.5 on the capital.com. Actually, it's the 104 point. Yeah, the 104.7. But yeah. It's this new low, right? It's this new low that created this high, right? This low is broken now, so we're definitely, we're definitely rolling over here. But hey, gold has a hard time, has a very hard time. Look on the 4 hour. Look at that resistance. Look at this zone. Let's look on the 1 hour time frame as well, so you kind of get what we're looking at. Gold has a hard time, okay? We're tapping into this layer. So resistance still holding. Dollar, very weak. Very little volume for such a move in gold compared to such moves in the past couple of weeks. Reversal is near, I guess. We'll find out, my man. We'll find out. We have a very hard time here. Yeah, we might. So if price pulls back down, Picks very low, rejection. Everything is possible here. We have the hourly closure, and the hourly closure has not closed yet. The 30-minute has not closed yet. So the ideal would be a 30-minute setup, obviously. But we'll see. 5 minutes left, so. No reversal, dude. There's a clear bull run. It might hit all-time high. We're gonna find out, my friend. We're gonna find out. I'm not here to predict, man. Too much. Let's say we're gonna do this. We're gonna 100% go up or 100% go down. What I can just see now is that we're getting rejected. Pretty straightforward. From any of our key levels internally. Also right here. That the 30-minute and the 1 hour candle is not closed. We're gonna close in 4 minutes from now. We are currently in a high. Right, that high created a massive expansion. We're retesting this high right now. That's one layer. So if price decides to close below or in this zone, then yeah, we will look at the next one. And if there are no entry models, there are no entry models, no trades, right? And you know, we have these highs as well to take into consideration. All right, this is still the major high. The 2272 is still obviously the major high we're looking out for, which has to do with this major push down and that earlier rejection. So yeah, man, so far we're in resistance. We can sit here and try to predict on the lower time frame what's going to happen. Or we can just wait for entry model setups to play out or show us what we can do here. And show us also how to manage it. We need to work with 4-hour daily and weekly candles for actual confirmation, which direction it will go. That's literally what I just explained. That's why we're waiting. We're literally here now. Guys, what's your interpretation of the news? Gold will go to 2362 and then it will stay there for 2 minutes. It will form 2 doji candles at 2364. Then it will drop to 2354 and then we shoot down to 2372. We create this high and then we drop to 2287.5. All right, 30 seconds left. Let's see, fam. So interesting. Always. Ooh, gap. We have a gap. We have a gap. On the Wanda, we have a gap. It's been a while. That's been a while. Man, bearish, 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 bearish. Dollar getting destroyed, fam. Wow. Annihilated. Wow. Okay. Wow. This is so interesting because the NFP is coming Friday. And we're heading up. We're moving up as much as possible. I'm very curious to see what will happen around the NFP. Very curious to see what will happen. Yeah. Consolidation tomorrow. I think there is a chance of consolidation tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, of course, the markets are closed. So yeah, we'll find out. We're going to close early, by the way, at 1, right? So we have even an early closure today. But man, gold created that gap, not on FX, by the way, right? No, it's just on Owanda. Haven't seen that in a while, to be honest. Yeah, so we smashed through these gains. So yeah, man, 23.72. And of course the highs, we have a 23.65 level in between that, but man. Yeah, so that initial level was interesting, but man, that closure is just nuts. Or say that open. What is happening with gaps? The gaps tend to get filled, but it you know, it's not on every, you know, you don't have it on FXCM, you don't probably have it on other ones, so it's just on Wanda, so I think it's kind of irrelevant. For me personally, this gap is kind of irrelevant to work with. Yeah, but shorts for sure are out of the window now, the fact that we broke above it. So that's why we waited simply for the news. All right, okay. I need advice. Which account should I open on Vantage? How much money do you have? Number 1. And what kind of style of trader are you? Number 2. So it totally depends on what kind of trader you are and how much money you trade with. Right? You need to base your decision on what type of account you want to have for that, because different types of accounts are optimized for different types of purposes. Okay, so if you have a swing trade account, then utilize a no swap ECN account if you have some money. You know, if you have some decent amount of money on it. If you are a scalper, then maybe a raw account is better. Right? Zach says, thank man, I took a trade with you earlier and I killed it. Awesome, Jeet. Yeah. All right, so back to the drawing board. We're holding above. Dollar is there. Dollar is there. The dollar arrived. It's just a one-way street today, isn't it? This 4-hour candle. Yeah, it's getting ready. It's getting ready. This whole week, fam. Negative. 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 Positive. Negative. Negative. Wow. Is there no haters today? Question mark. No, it's only when we lose. It's only when we lose we get haters. And if you lose 2 times in a row, oh man, then it's the game over. Then it's game over. So now that's only if you lose, man. Or Madden. So for now, yeah, I'm really looking to see how price responds at the highs here. Overall, I think that we are extremely expanded now. Ever since we broke out, we have been just coming up. Every hourly candle is bullish, right? We had some retracement. We tapped into that retracement. We continue to drive up here. So yeah, I'm not gonna buy here, trying to take it to the upside when we're reaching these important levels here. So I'm only interested in sales from this level, unless you make a decent sized pullback and you continue to hold up above your levels. Okay. So what size is your account? Which one? Which one? We have, I think I have around 4 accounts. Do you trade any prop firms? Not really. Not really. I started before the hype came, practically, so I kind of got used to it. Kind of got used to it, you know, had to grow the hard way. Yeah, so for me it's fine. I would consider taking prop first for swings. So then FTMO is practically the only way, I think. The FTMO swing account. I would consider that. But for the rest, no, I'm not interested in trading with prop firms, really. There's a couple good prop firms out there, and I think it's a great way for you to start out with. Especially to learn, and to learn how to deal with proper risk management and to see what you can take it. But, you know, don't try to start with a prop firm too quick. Like, make sure that you understand what you're doing a little bit, otherwise it's just wasted money. maybe learning money, but you can also learn a different way. Yeah. Do you trade all 4 accounts at once every time you stream? No. So we have one account that's just our kind of like our main account now. I want to use this for everything. I only used it for the streams before. I want to use this for everything. We have now an account that we use for the streams that people want to see. They wanted to do like a challenge with not a prop from challenge, but just a challenge. And then I have one futures account and one swing trade portfolio. And on the swings, I like to work with swings on the higher time frame. I remember when you were trading with 500k. Yeah, that was a year and a half ago. A year ago, I think. Was it? I think it was a year ago. Yeah. Before Bitcoin came down to the lows. Shout out to Bitcoin. Karen says, yeah, me seeing bro's 500k account made me say I'm joining LTA. Is that really the reason? Is that really the reason why? Damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's that important, to be honest. I don't think, I don't see why it's that important. But anyways, yeah, it looks good. I get it. It looks good. But yeah, I don't know. No idea why you only got like 2,000 to 3,000 viewers, while Tanya Trades got like 1 to 2k. She keeps losing constantly. She has zero discipline, always overtrades and keeps losing. Why people love to see ICT live traders? Because it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it's their crew, it's their thing, it's their, yeah, how do you say that? It's their group, right? They stick together. We've seen it also in my community, right? The guys that were trading specifically ICT that left the community because they're sticking together as a group. And if they're profitable, I don't know. I don't know if they are. I hope they are. I hope they are, because they're nice guys. They're nice people. But it's a group thing, bro. That's why. You know, no offense. I think that yeah, we can't complain, man. We shouldn't complain. We have a great community. What are you waiting for? Well, I'm waiting first of all to see how we close this. We're looking super strong here. Are we going to take out the highs? I hope we do now. I really hope we do. I really hope we do. I hope we get here. I hope we get to the 2372. I hope we just keep going. Like the better, the more aggressive now, the better it's going to be. Like that's what I would love to see here. And just take out these highs. Folks, forget about this range. Take out the highs here and just come back into the real resistance at this top of that range. The pre-NFP range. Or sorry, the NFP day, expansion day. Because this was one daily candle, correct? Let me go here, let me check it out. One daily candle. Yeah, one daily candle. 1,000 pip candle. 1,000 pips. Insane. Right? So obviously that resistance there is real. That high there is serious. So if we start getting there, yeah. I hope it gets there now. I really do. I really do. And if price retraces back, and there is still a momentum play, if you reclaim the very low, there is a momentum play. There is a trade setup as well. So it all depends how we respond here. Oh man, the dollar is weak. Yen. Push up a little bit or what? No, nothing crazy. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now don't... Yeah, okay. Well, good luck. Good luck. We have seen this many times before, fam. So in order to really establish that reversal that you want to see, you need to see GJ absolutely breaking all the lows multiple times before you can even consider looking for short setups. That's my opinion. Because, you know, this is just insanity. Right? This move here from GJ. Like, we are all trying to trade gold here on the 10-minute, on the 15-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame. But if you just bought GJ, if you just bought GJ and you just held it, it was done. You're finished. You're good to go. And then every time, no, it's overbought. It's overbought. Yeah, right, it's overbought. No, it's not overbought. We're just getting started. No, but at some point, no, honestly, the monthly here, we're reaching now some serious levels. Okay, on the monthly time frame. We're talking 2008. All right? 16 years ago. We're talking about a series zone that's coming up very soon here. So this range it's you know. But anyways, yeah, if you have to retrace it back to then, yeah, we might see some reaction from it. Who knows? We're gonna find out here. But man, GJ has just been absolutely wild this whole year. You're expecting some big drop after? Well, I just think in terms of probabilities, if you do manipulate the highs here, then I just like... I would be very surprised if we would just not react from this high and just continue to drive up and in one go without a retracement, without a reaction, without anything. Just a singular push further to break all the highs here. Without the retrace. So even a reaction from this high, which created a serious move down, I would not be surprised for a rollover. But again, that's no certainty. We'll see how that goes. But that's why that level is definitely a must. Because if you do get it, and if you do get a short confirmation, and if you do take that trade and you hold it And man, it is worth the risk. It's worth the risk. It's worth the risk to look for serious pullbacks. Before falling lower or coming back higher. Who knows? So the only thing we can do now is internally look at our levels. We've broken out of it. We might retest it. It might show us some potential. But we have not broken the highs at all. So not yet, at least. Hey bro, what's up? Will he be here with the FOMC news? The FOMC news will not be. It will not be a press conference today. It's just a report that will come out. Okay. It's just a report. And that's practically it. So. If we do, however, roll over, right, and we start flipping here and we start facing resistance here, yeah, then I'm definitely interested in shorting it already. Yeah. If the dollar slows down, the 10-year yield is there. It has arrived. Has arrived at its destination for today. So if they decide to say, hey, you know what? I'm good here. I'm going to chill for a second. I'm tired of running. Then a quick bounce might be possible. So gold responds heavily to what the yield does as well, right? So take that in consideration. We might be slowing down. Please talk to US30. What is your opinion about? What do you think about the US30? Is there something special now happening on the US30? Oh, sorry, that's crypto. Similar, man. Similar. Similar. We're reaching all these internal highs. That's what we're doing. We're just reaching all these internal highs now. We have broken into the zone. We got rejected from it. We broke down. So we had this zone here. You would say you want to see bigger expansion. You reacted from it. This was the rejection. This rejection caused price to break structure. You start to consolidate. You now expand into the highs. It's a very tricky chart, to be honest, based upon these wicks. It's very it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. You can use this chart here. We can look at it for a second. You have this swing. I can guarantee we got rejected there. Yeah. Isn't this perfection? Like, isn't this just perfection? Okay. The POC, of that high, that swing point, and then that rejection. So we're below it. Yeah. It's very choppy, bro. Very choppy. Very choppy. NASDAQ looks much better. NASDAQ looks much more appealing here. This is just, you know, you take out the highs, you take out the lows, you take out the highs, you take out the lows of a range. You now have a bigger range, you might do the same thing. You might break, you might come down. I need to see more clarity here. I'm gonna stay out of it. So why is price chilling? Why is gold not moving up? Why is gold stagnating here? The treasury bonds might be the reason why. Right, we arrived at our at the lows, at that resistance or support, you could say. Okay. You can see it around there. We have been tapping into it multiple times, responding from that same level. It's a very important level. You guys can see it. The 10-year has been reacting from it now, or tapping into it at least now. So, you know, that pullback down, indeed, in towards the zone, was the potential catalyst for gold to just shoot up. But the fact that we're now here might give us the indication that gold might has finished its run to the upside now, at least during this potential session here. I would not be surprised. Okay, I would not be surprised. Luna says, honestly, this is the best thing that could have ever happened. We were stuck in a huge range, constant higher, low, highs and low sweeps. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is better. This is better. This is better. But the fact that we're now here is very interesting. And that the 10-year has arrived at its location. It's short-term destiny. We might react from it, but again, I do expect a small bounce from it. We'll see. But we have been reacting from it so heavily already, so many times before, that, you know, if this goes up, gold will potentially drop. And when this was coming down, gold was pushing up. So, you know, it's holding up very well. It's holding up very well. So based upon that here, we might have officially topped out here. Then the question is, if that's the case, if that's the bias, if that's the mentality, then what are we going to look out for? And how are we going to trade based upon that information? Number one, pulling back, get below our key levels and start looking for entry models. That's it. The PVC is one of these levels, which is this one right here. And it might be a really nice rejection though. So Yeah, I do like this high. I like it a lot. If the 10-year yield decides to hold up, then yeah, you're gonna get better confirmations. That's it. So 30-minute close below. That's cool. That's cool. This 30-minute pushes up. Yet it opened impulsively right from the start. That's usually not a good sign. What do you want to see? I think before you can take a trade, at least before I could take a trade here and I say, okay, this is gonna be a short confirmation trade. I get the confirmation I need. I need to see the hourly candle closing below it. And that would then give you the next hourly candle as your kind of your pullback candle. Because the hourly is not closed, and the hourly might still run. This hourly candle is not that fantastic. I mean, we don't have about a wick here. We you know, just created this hourly candle from previous news. That's practically it. This over expansion came from the news. So this high now getting tapped into it. Yeah, I'm gonna observe this 30-minute and then wait for this next one, and then we know if there's another entry. And it might be a longer hold. Let's see. And then the stop loss above that previous candle. So not this one, but it depends where this topic gets created. That's practically it. Kanaka says, Larry Lorenzo, thank you for the ebook. It really works for me. Awesome, man. Awesome. No problem. We put a lot of work in it, bro. Lorenzo FXCM looks cleaner, no gap. No cap. No gap, no cap. Yeah. I agree. It's very unusual, by the way. These gaps in Rwanda. I haven't seen them that often. I don't see them that often. No. Show the EUR USD. All right. Damn. That was the trade, man. We talked about it yesterday, fam. We talked about it yesterday. Who remembers? The previous weekly value high. Yeah, so you have this tool, your indicator, you use this indicator, you draw it from the previous week, you set in your point profile, you set in your key levels. In this case, the previous weekly value high is right there. You always draw it every week, every Monday you draw, or every Sunday you draw out all the levels. All right, all these weekly levels just in case. All right, price comes down, taps into it, boom. Double wick confirmation. Third candle breaks the highs. Entry model 1, page 50 on your ebook, okay? Page 50 on your ebook. Entry model 1, page 50 on your ebook. Page 50. That's the same. That's the same. That's the same. Okay. TP at the Sunday open. And yeah, bye-bye from there, man. Bye-bye from there. Might even look for, you know, might be able to look for scaling opportunities around it. But yeah, that's it for now. Now when you look at USD here, you know, you're also tapping into a much bigger range. You're also tapping into, your number one, this range. We have been topping out from this swing. So right now, currently, right, you need to pay very close attention to how you develop around the 108.059, okay? Keep a very close eye on this one. You're above it right now, but I want you to pay very close attention to this exact level. Why? The dollar might be chilling a little bit from now on. Same for the 10-year. So where do you find that indicator? You know, indicator was in our Discord, or is in our Discord. You can get it really easily. Okay. Go to the LTA indicator section, okay, and click on it right there. Let's get back to the dollar though. Dollar's not moving much either. On the lower time frame, it's still chilling, it's still weak. US bond and dollar index following should look for buys in gold. Yeah, the buys were already earlier, right? So, you know, I think that the better buys were earlier in this swing, in this expansion. I think buying up here now when the 10-year is now reaching its support on the daily time frame, this is where it gets a bit tricky, in my opinion. Also, the dollar stopped, you know, pushing down here. You know, at some point it has to retrace, or it cannot go on forever, right? Why are you looking at the 30-minute time frame? Because the 30-minute time frame aligns the best. It's in my opinion one of the best hybrid time frames out there. It's the perfect hybrid between the 4-hour and the lower time frame, and it shows us exactly what we need to know. Now, in terms of executions, we don't only trade from the 30-minute, but just as a viewing point to see how price develops, the 30-minute is really nice. Lorenzo, are you in a trade? Why? So you can go against me, bro? Are we done for today? I'm just observing right now at the moment. Yes, we took our trade earlier at the stream, so make sure when you join the stream, comment like 8 a.m. EST. We're already starting earlier now. So we decided to start at least right at 8 instead of 8:15. Because we just experienced the open right away. And I think later we're gonna go and start at 7:45. Okay? So we start the stream at 7:30. And we usually start at 7:45. Okay? So if you come at 7:45, then boom. Come early for the analysis. And yeah, sometimes if you take a trade in between, then we take a small trade in between. Sometimes that smaller trade leads into a bigger trade. But the bigger trade I'm waiting for is an overall rejection plane for gold potential at either one of these highs. I asked you because I think we're on the one-day resist. I think we can name 200 pips correction. That's all. Yeah, I'm waiting for a particular move. Yeah, but the entry models need to show itself. So if the entry model comes along here, then it's great. We closed below the fixed POC. Yeah, we closed below the fixed POC. Lorenzo, we know that you're trading ICT. That's a good one. Now, if it comes down to the understanding of structure, I don't think that, you know, I think that's pretty general. That's a pretty generalized, you know, thing, right? We're looking at structure of the market. We know that swing highs and swing low points in the market are always key to look at. And if we're trading into a swing high, then we always want to see what the response is. For sure. 100%. Yeah, so the push-up was interesting eventually. I think some people held the trade. I'm not sure who held the trade here. But I think we managed it the way we should have managed it. If we had that follow-through, we would have been, you know, much more happy, of course, but we didn't. We created a barcode. We call this like a barcode indeed. A barcode play where you just start pushing up, start pushing down. And I don't want to be stuck in that. I don't want to be stuck in that. So yeah, I took my profits and I'm out. Hey Lorenzo, your ebook is sick. Let's go, bro. Yeah, so the next version will come later. We're gonna release a couple more things now. And then we're focusing on the next edition. And I do believe that the next edition will be really good for you. And even for the guys that already watched and read the whole ebook, which are many of you guys, I do believe that the next version will give you better insights into the overall picture. Much more than this one, even though, you know, apparently this was already a great start for people to work with. So it's kind of an introduction play. And then the next one is gonna be, it's gonna be absolute fire. Absolute fire. You're gonna love it. And it's gonna be free, of course. All right, I want to see where this closes. If it closes above, then I don't think there is any short-term short opportunities that we can look for. Yeah, because you're in that high now. I don't want to long it right into this high either. So you're kind of stuck in between that high and that low, right? So unless you pull back, you hold support and you look for that continuation, maybe. But even that, you know, might be a tricky one. I just believe that shorts might be much more rewarding. Much more rewarding if you're just patient enough to wait for it. If you're patient enough. Now it says, I'm new here and I'm reading the ebook. It has significantly improved my trading strategy. I applied your strategy in a demo account. First for safety. I agree, I get it. You should do that. You should never just accept somebody's information as facts. And I achieved 9 wins and only 1 loss. All right. What do you trade? What instrument are you trading, my G? What are you trading? I want to know what you're trading. Are you in any trades? No, we closed it. We closed our buys, yeah. Rama says, I held a sell at 23.25 today and I suffered tremendous losses. A sell at 23.25. Let's see. So you sold from here. Yeah, man, that's tricky. That's tricky. That's tricky. And never just hold on to your trades. If it goes, it goes. Don't hope for the best. Just don't hope for the best when you're in this position short. Don't hope for the best, bro, when that happens. Because now you're down 400 pips. That's yeah, no, that's tough. That's tough. Especially when you close this 4-hour candle above that key zone, that key resistance. That would have been, you know, your confirmation to get out regardless. This 4-hour candle play here. If you were short here, that 4-hour candle here would have been would have been a confirmation. Okay, so I hope that you have a bigger stop loss now, and that you can accept price to continue to drive. Or, yeah, I don't even want to say it, bro. You have to think this for yourself now, because it's just it's a major stop. But yeah, I'm not sure to, you know, what your plan is. What is your plan? Yeah, the only thing is now that, you know, the problem with your trade, my man, is that you are now in drawdown. If you entered in this range short and you are coming up, you know, and you're still in the trade, you know how hard it is now to say I'm just gonna close the trade. You know, now you're topping out in this range, in this top right here. I get it, but it's, you know, there are no certainties that this will give you the reversal. There are no certainties in this game, regardless. So the question is, like, what are you willing to lose now? And if it's, say, I'm willing to lose it all, and my stop is up here, or it's like somewhere up in the highs, yeah, then I could say, okay, then, you know, might just hold it, you know? Yeah, I mean, or at least wait to see how price responds at this high. Now you're up that much, but again, it's like, are you willing to risk that? Right? But man, that's annoying, man. That's annoying. That's annoying. Just make sure that you set your stop loss at least, like, if you don't set your stop at certain places, like, you don't have to always put it 20 pips below your entry, right? Or above your entry. That's usually not the right thing either. Right? It's usually an invalidation point. So usually it will mean that if price turns around and it invalidates you. Now, if you're a quick scalper, I can get it, right? Like we done before, an easy trade below the lows. Okay, fantastic. But when it comes down to your bigger play, then set your stops at where you think the direction will be invalidated. So if you aim for shorts, then where would shorts be completely off the table? Yeah, just practically holding up here. It's pushing up and it's pushing down. It's still strong. It's not showing any signs of retracing. What I hope to see now is just like a complete, you know, if it doesn't go and it starts to just consolidate here, what I then just want to see is just this high getting taken out. That's it. This high getting taken out, tapping into this high, into our fixed POC, and just reacting heavily from this level. And that's it. Just place a short right at 2372. And if price breaks the highs here, then we might have a complete shift of structure, right? A complete shift where we could decide, okay, we might see us just going for the next stop all the way back at the highs again, the 2400s, the 2420, let's say, right? But Anything there is what I would love to see now. Like price getting there to 2272 and just die out and just pull back. If it's really that strong and holding up now. Like shorting now is definitely no go, no confirmations. We can try to force anything. I don't think it makes sense. So no, that's practically what we're looking at. How much pips are you targeting for July? I don't have a target specifically these amount of pips because that will fuck up my psychology a lot. If I'm gonna say I want to reach 1,000 pips or 2,000 pips or whatever the case may be, and I can't reach it, then what? I only need 200 more pips or I only need 50 more pips. No. So I don't have really a specific target. What I am willing to do in July is look for these like smaller scalps in between bigger trade setups. Also on stream. So smaller scalps and bigger, higher probability trade setups. So that usually tends to happen around key zones, key levels. So the combination of smaller scalps and then the potential bigger shifts, the bigger plays. That's what I want to do this month with YouTube as well. And this might be an example. Yeah, 2 minutes for this hourly. Any short invalidated, you're literally in the top of this range now. But this is what you want to see. That would be ideal. Any lower time frame entries? Well, if price rolls over and it pulls back down, then, you know, you might be bouncing off the fixed POC. And you still might be able to continue to drive. So if you don't, you break down and you continue to enter from there. So yeah, we have multiple setups that are aligning here. I just think that what I wanted to see was how we close this next 30-minute candle. If this 30-minute candle had closed bearish or had closed below the fixed POC as well, similar to this candle did, then I would have probably taken a short. Because then you had a double wick into your zone and the third candle might be breaking the lows and then, you know, potentially look for the continuation down. I'm still not impressed with gold though, but a closure above is a closure above. Lorenzo, do you also hate the gaps on the 1 chart? With the new update, it just doesn't feel right anymore. Maybe you should try out gold on FXCM. Just the first gap that I see. I don't know. Have you seen more gaps? I haven't seen more gaps than this gap. It's the first gap that I've witnessed right now, but it might be, it could be me. Gaps on a smaller time frame. I don't see them either. Oh yeah, this one, 30th of June. No. No, I don't really see them either, to be honest. Not really, fam. Okay, so we close the hourly candle, all right? Number one, we closed it above the fixed POC. We're not looking that strong anymore. There is a chance you bounce from it, you start developing here, and you might be shifting up one more time, okay? But that means that we have to see and wait for a response into your key level at 23.59, and then look for that continuation at EM1 play. But, you know, anyways, that's that one move here. That close you to the upside. I mean, it's just, it's pretty strong, but you're also facing these highs at the moment as well here. So you're literally in between these two levels. I think that after the buy we took the buy, I don't know, 23, I need to see. But this high right here now is the main high I'm gonna look for, okay? So if price pulls back, mainly there's an anti-model from the fixed POC towards the upside, but overall, the idea would be if price shoots up and gets and comes down here. Okay. So overall, we're holding up very strong. And I think we might be holding up here, or maybe push. We'll see. We'll see. But at this particular moment, that hourly closure invalidated shorts. So there is no any reason for us to look for shorts now at the moment. If you want to look for longs, then I would say wait for price to pull back and then reclaim the highs. Okay. So I think that's it for me for now. We took that one trade. You know, kept it very simple. Once again, if price now gets up, you know exactly what we're looking for, and that is potential sells, man. Potential sells, the bigger play. The bigger play is what I'm waiting for, and to see if it's worth taking in a short from there. I think this invalidated it. So even though we had the potential chance on the 30-minute time frame to look for shorts, we closed this 30-minute candle above it, and it invalidated it right there. If you flip this one, damn yeah, we would have entered the trade back down again. Okay, but we continue to drive. After that retest, we continue to drive further up. If that's the case, and they do manipulate the highs based upon this structure, we're talking about this structure, because that's in essence what we're doing. We're just retesting that structure overall, which is practically, if you look on the 4-hour, this overall range right now, okay? This is the top of that range. And I do believe that this level, this range, in essence, is going to face the most resistance. It's going to be very hard to break. Right there. And if it does break, you have a really strong shift in the market. A really strong shift. So it might be that price gets into that level and it starts to just roll over and tank. And I'm willing to look for the right entries there. Now, if price does come down, okay, you can always look for shorts back below the 22.56. Wait for your confirmation, your retest play, sell off to 22.40. Okay, so up, down, or up and then down continuation, or up, down, confirmation, down. And if it's up, yeah, man, then we need to break above these highs, and it's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. So, you know, testing the highs here usually benefits shorters more than longers, and trying to long into this range might be, you know, not as useful. I think that's it. Okay. So anyways, congrats on the small trade for the people that hold it. Congrats on the bigger trade if you were aggressive. And yeah, man, we have tomorrow the Independence Day, so tomorrow is not going to be special. We'll probably have no stream. I don't see... Yeah, I want to stream. We streamed the last bank holiday, but this is like an official holiday. I think this one got to be even worse. And it's the combination of this with the NFP the day after. So, you know, that's usually a bad time, fam. A bad time to stream and to trade at all. I don't think it's worth it to trade tomorrow. Okay. So yes, someone in Africa says, don't rush to sell, wait, bullish momentum is still strong. I agree, it's still holding. It's still strong. Okay, the question is, do you want to long into these highs? Is that worth it for you? Yes or no? And if your answer is no, then indeed, wait for the right moment. You start looking for serious retracements in the market. That's my suggestion. All right, fam. Yeah, man, thank you. Tomorrow, a day off for you. I'm not sure if you're celebrating it. I'm a European guy, so we don't celebrate this day. We just have to sit it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be in our Discord, chill, hang out with the fam, and just be there and work on some things behind the scenes, release our fundamental report that comes out for you if you're in a VIP. You will get access to the gold fundamental report, all the information, all the data in regards to gold, all the economic data, supply and demand data, the interest rate data, the ETF data, okay, the in and out flows, the central bank data, all the data. So that's gonna be released probably tomorrow later on. All right. Cool, G's. The VIP is closed. There's nothing you can buy from me. Just come to the live stream. Show up at 8 AM for now. Download the ebook and get familiar with LTA on the stream. All right. Love you all. Take care, fam. And you know, you guys know it. We can never leave without a banger. Because that's not how we rock and roll. We always make sure that we have at least a nice outro. Right? At least we're trying. We're trying. Alright? A little bit more chill though. Cool. Much love, fam. Take care. I'll see you Friday, yeah? Back to work. NFP is a big day. Good luck.